Hey guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different than normal. I actually recorded this video probably 10 months ago. Yeah, right around 10 months ago, August of last year. And I've changed my business quite a bit since then. I've learned a lot of things. So you guys can comment if I do anything stupid, but I probably know at this point. So definitely keep that in mind when I talk about pricing. That was going into Q4, things like that. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. It is a very long one. It is grindy, but I do think this would be a good one to just kind of put on in the background while you process inventory or whatever. So thank you guys for watching and enjoy the video. What is up, Nerd Nation? In today's video, we're going to be talking about how I just spent over $3,000 on video games, and if this was a really bad buy, or if this is actually going to be quite profitable and something I might have to start doing more and more often. All right, roll that intro and let's find out. Now I'm going to show you guys actually kind of what we're looking at. Right here, we have about 350 video games. I think it's about 100 PlayStation 2 games, about 100 Xbox games, about 50 Xbox 360, 50 Wii, and then over here we have our PS3, and then we have our PlayStation games. Like I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I am now a full-time reseller, so I sell on Amazon and eBay, Mercari, kind of all the different marketplaces. When it comes to like video games, I sell them all on Amazon. With Amazon, you get like a little bit of a premium. You don't have to do a shipping, which cuts out a lot of fees. I mean, you have to ship it to Amazon, but that costs like almost like 10 cents a video game. Whereas like if you were gonna ship it to like someone else, it's gonna cost you $3. I now spend a lot of time looking through video game stores, half-price books, thrift stores, so like Goodwill, or here in Kansas City, we go to Savers. That's probably the best thrift store in town. And then there's City Thrift. So I spend a lot of time looking at video games, and I just went on a trip to Dallas, and on that trip I spent a lot of time in thrift stores and a lot of time in video game stores, and this is what we came up with. You can see there is a lot of video games. We're gonna go through this and we're gonna process all of them, get them ready to be shipped to Amazon, and I'll give you guys some bolos, and I'll let you know like if I made some bad purchases, because I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm pretty close, but I'm not perfect. I will let you guys know where I messed up, but I think I did really well. So let's move to the office and start processing. You can see I have a small stack right here. This is about a third of the Xbox games that we have. Just Xbox, not 360 or One. We're gonna start processing it and kind of show you guys how to do that. On this first one, I'll show you the full process, and then we're gonna do a lot of time lapses. Whenever I find a game that I'm like, hey, maybe you guys need to know about this, or a bolo, be on the lookout, I will slow it down, kind of show you, and then we'll go back into the time lapse. But I did end up alphabetizing quite a few of these games so that it is a lot easier for me to get through them. The first one we have is 007 Everything or Nothing. We have 5 copies, and then we have the Platinum Edition. Basically, the way this works, what you do is you look at the game. This is kind of how you decide the condition for Amazon. So it's got the cover art, front and back, and then you open it up. It's got the disc and the manual. So what this is considered is very good condition. That's kind of the best condition you can list it as. You can list things as like new, but typically with like new, you want to do it as like, it's still sealed, but the seal is like very ripped up or something like that. I almost never list it as like new. So that one's very good. This one is good. We have very good. We have very good. This one is kind of dirty. And then we have very good. So we have 4 copies of very good. So what we'll do is we will switch over to Exceller list. We will start a batch. This is the program that I use to create all my shipments for Amazon. Amazon's system online is actually horrible. So it looks like all of these I spent $5.99. This one was actually $4.95. But what I'm going to do, since it's actually the dirty one, is I am going to put the manual in the nicer looking one. So now we have 4 nice looking ones, and then the dirty one is just going to be considered good. I will clean this down later. Also, so you can see, like, obviously it has stickers on it. I will remove these. I have a barcode scanner. We'll just scan this. it will pull up the listing. So it looks like I've already sent this in, but I do want to, we're gonna list this with a new SKU, just because I want to double check. So these are all of the non-FBA submissions. We're gonna look and see if there's anyone else that has prime shipping that's selling it for very good. So this is kind of like one of those Bolos I was talking about. So I spent $6 on these. I got 4 copies in very good. This one I got for $4.95. I technically got it a little bit cheaper than that. But you see, this is $49.99 is the cheapest very good. And I have 4 copies. I spent $22. So I'm gonna put in $45.99 by cost of $5.99. And so right here, it's gonna list off my profit. So my profit on this one is gonna be $28 for each copy. Once one sells, I'm already in the green. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna scroll down, we're gonna increase the quantity to 4, add a batch, and then I have a Rollo printer down here, and it should print off 4 labels. Actually, I'm gonna have to start all over. Let's do $48.99 actually. So this is what I missed. I'll show you how I do this to speed it up a lot faster, but I did not put in the condition or any notes about it. So this is considered very good. And then I have preloaded notes in here. Shout out to Phoenix Resale. I don't know if this was his exact verbiage, but I pulled this or something similar from him or someone else, but he's the one that showed me how to do all of this, and it has made my life so much easier. I do want to point out, like, technically my buy cost is gonna be probably closer to like $6.50-ish. Go ahead and get this listed. So add those 4. That's gonna print off my 4 labels again. And the reason I noticed that is on the label, it does actually say the condition. It looks like the manual's the exact same for the platinum. So what I'm actually gonna do is change the quantity to 5. Platinum one, from my understanding, is not near as desirable. I feel like a lot of people like the labels to all be the same. So what I'm gonna do is change the quantity on that to 5. So what I will do now is slap a sticker on that. So these labels, this is how Amazon knows that this is my copy. So I will put this label on there. You put it over the barcode because they do not like barcodes. And that's pretty much it. That's the process. And so what I might do is just put in the notes that, hey, this is not the platinum copy, just because I want people to be happy when they get it. I want them to know that they are not getting the platinum copy. I will make a note in here. It says not platinum copy, black label. List with new SKU, because this is not considered very good. I am probably gonna list this one at like $39.99. I don't know. We'll see if it sells. I'm gonna put on some music and start grinding and let you guys know whenever I see something good. Literally the next game was something I was going to talk about. So this was a bad buy. I spent $4.95 on it, and I'm looking at $2 profit. I don't know why about this. Maybe I was thinking the PlayStation version maybe or something. We'll find out later, but bad buy. Sometimes is what I do is I just put it closer to like getting even and let it sit. Eventually it may sell for that. We'll see, but that was bad buy. Oh well. On to the next one. So this one may have been a little bit of a bad buy. So I bought 2 copies of this. I got Blood Rain, both of them for Xbox, but you can see this one came with the manual and this one did not. This one I'm actually only gonna make about $12-ish, $11.50. I don't remember what the exact number was. Whereas this one I'll be making a little bit more than double. might have been bad purchases. I'm not seeing any very good or new condition on Amazon, so I'm kind of shooting for the stars. I went for 109, which is going to be close to give me like a double up on them. I would say I probably would not buy this one again at $50. I think at $40 this one's fine. I got a 10% discount, but because of taxes it almost nulls it out, but it is in really good condition. I would say this one was probably a good buy at $40 though. I put it as a buy cost of $45 on there, just to like even it out so I didn't have to like enter it twice to get the buy cost right. Also, so if you're following along up here where it says net profit, that is my profit off of this. So that does take out FBA fee and it does take out my buy cost. So right now I have spent a total of $250, but my profit's gonna be $450. But then I will also get that $250 back. So we're looking at about, what is that, $700 back total from the games that I've spent. And like I said, I spent $3,000, so I'm not feeling too bad about this. There's been a couple that were like not great buys, but I think I've only had one that was just like straight up like a bad buy. I guess I should also explain, I am listing this as good condition because basically what that means is it's got the cover art and the disc. This is not the original case, but there's nothing wrong with this case. It's not a green case, but if someone cares that much, they could probably get a green case. But it's still, the cover is like the thing that's actually hard to replace. So this is going to be listed as good condition. This is not a great buy. I might shoot for the stars a little bit and just bump up the price and see if we can get it, because then it'll be a full double up. I just want to explain kind of what good is, and then acceptable is going to be disc only. I would say I probably like have 5 games, maybe 6 that are considered acceptable. Got the steelbook, it's got a slipcover, and this is going to be a lot more of a collector piece. Something like this, I'm going to put this in a clear poly bag. I just feel like it does a lot better job for presentation reasons. It's a lot thicker than normal because of the steelbook and also the slipcover, but usually these fit almost perfectly. This was a pretty cool one. I don't feel like I find steelbook stuff very often, and I found a couple and they were actually pretty good buys. And you can see on this one I spent $8. I don't think this is calculating right. It's definitely not, because it says basically Amazon's not charging any fees, so whatever, they'll figure it out, but I just want to mention that. In this instance, they're not showing any very good in Exceller lists, but when I go to eBay, there is one listed. They're asking $52.85, but when you look at new condition, so someone has it for $44 new. It looks like it's gonna take like a couple weeks to get there, so if no one's gonna buy that. I'm gonna list it at, I don't know, even $39.99 seems high, so maybe $35.99. I think whoever's asking for 52, I think they're dreaming, because you can buy a new copy for 44 and just wait a couple weeks. So like it's going for like $20. I spent $7.99, but because of FBA fees, I was only gonna make like $5. So I ended up raising the price just a little bit. Maybe don't buy this for 20. Buy it for 10, it's a great buy. Also, if you ever get a game that has like writing or something like that, Gugon works pretty good on this. So also you could just switch out the case. I mean, there's nothing special about it, and also this one has writing on the inside, so may end up just switching out the case, but right now I'm gonna proceed as is.
This is for you.
Also, I know I'm not checking some of these, but part of that is most of these I didn't buy unless it had a manual, so whenever I open it, that's why. Also, this game's empty. I got this for free because there was no disc, so. This was 100% a bad buy. It looks like I've even sold this before. I don't know why. Maybe it's for GameCube that it's worth quite a bit. Let's see. I'm gonna list it for $14.95. That's what that person has it for. So I'll list it at $14.99. Yeah, I mean, I'll get about a 50% return, which is a lot lower than I like to go for. It's a lot lower. I try and do 100%, but I actually got this from Pawn Shop. I said I paid 10. I don't think I actually paid 10. I think I actually paid 5. It was a really weird experience at that pawn shop because their prices didn't make any sense. Disc only, they were charging like $5 to $10. I had a disc that was on disc holder. They charged me $10, and I asked them, I was like, well, what do you guys charge for just disc only? Like, oh, we'll do 5, I guess. They consider that not disc only. So I don't know what that was all about. I think I actually paid 5 because I think the way they did it was Xbox was 5, Xbox 360 was 10. Their pricing made no sense, so it was just a weird experience. I did get some other pretty good games. It is a sports game worth getting, so, you know, put this on your list and thank Chase after the right price for having it on his list. Now we're on the stack 3 of the Xbox games. So overall, we're looking good. Net profit's $1,000. This would be, once we're done with this, we're about of a third of the way through the whole thing. So I think we're looking good. I think a lot of people know about this, but this is definitely a Bolo. These are selling for almost $60 a piece. There's a Bolo for you. Bought it for 10, sells for $49.99. I'm listing a little bit lower so that I can get the buy box. I don't think this is 100% accurate because this is not platinum, this is platinum. So I may actually take that off the manifest, but for right now I'm gonna leave it on. Street, NFL Street. This was not a very good buy. We're gonna check to see what it's selling for on Amazon or what the buy box is. Okay, see, the buy box is $32.40. Yeah, that makes no sense. So let's do $31.99. We get the buy box whenever it lands. Actually ended up not being a bad buy. That's why it's worth clicking it. You gotta check sometimes. Exceller list is not perfect. That is for sure. Be a lot better buy if I had the manual. And this is why I get the free cases when I can. Even though this one's dirty, I can clean that up. What I can't do is add plastic back. Sometimes you do deal with people just like lowballing the market. I don't know what that is, but it'll sell and then price will reduce. These can be very valuable, so highly recommend checking them out whenever you see them. This one's selling for, I'm actually probably gonna do $39.99. Also, I just realized the sales rank is extremely high on that, but it still says they're selling about $6 a quarter. One thing to keep in mind is most Yu-Gi-Oh games, most of them do come with some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So it says 3 limited edition official cards inside. Make sure you make a note just because you don't want someone buying expecting the cards. I will see y'all tomorrow. All right, so it's the next day. We are back and we are going to start on PlayStation 2 games. this would be an example of a very, very big BOLOS. I picked this up at a pawn shop for $5 and I'm going to list it for $99.99. It does not have the manual, and right now it looks like the manual version is selling for about $120 on Amazon. That's what the
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
Sometimes I can't find the game. I don't think that was the case. A lot of times I have to use the Amazon seller app. They have like a image identifier, kind of like Google Lens. I think probably what happened is one of the half-price books that I purchased from, they didn't have the manuals in a lot of the games. They had them behind the register, which is not something I'm used to. I probably put that in the pile and just forgot that that was one of them that I shouldn't buy if it didn't have the manual. I was still making profit, so it's fine. On to the next one. As you can see, there's a lot of wrestling games in here. For whatever reason, wrestling games have been super spiked for like the past year or so, and I pick them up whenever I can find them for a good price. And you'll see later on, I don't remember, maybe PS3 or PS4, I have like WWE Wrestling 15, 16, 17, and 19. Missed 18 or something. A couple of those games that didn't have any pricing, I got at a Salvation Army, and they were all listed at $6 a piece, but she ended up giving them to me for $3 because she felt like they were all super overpriced. So that's why I didn't have some of the prices on them. Mystery solved. This is probably like kind of another Bolo. Not so much that like it has a lot of value, but I've come across it pretty often, and it's typically like 30 bucks. So definitely look out for this. This was a really bad buy. I know that Xbox One can be worth quite a bit. I'm not sure, like it's not even selling for what I paid for it. So I think what happened is I was looking at the Xbox One, whereas this is the double pack for PlayStation, because the Xbox One is worth getting. Maybe I did actually look at the double pack because it says double pack on here, but they only gave me Vice City. So yeah, it's not even worth me selling on Amazon. I don't know which game exchange I got this from, but I could probably guess because attention to detail. So this is red label, black label, red label. Come on. You would think like a video game store would like notice something like that. So technically the manual doesn't show which one is red label, but the black label is going to be worth more, so I'm going to put it in the black label one. And you can see the listing actually shows red label, so I will make a note in here. I know there are some collectors that they only want black label, which I totally understand. If you have a whole stack of video games, it just looks better. They all have the black instead of like black, red, blue. Blue's like what they have in Europe.
For scaring those things away.
In an instance like this, there's not any that are fulfilled by Amazon for very good or like new. So I can set the price quite a bit higher because the only way to get it would be from someone shipping from their home. I'm probably just gonna shoot a little high on this one because I can. But yeah, that's one of the nice things is like finding these games where there's no one else is selling it. It was very good condition, so it should pop into the buy box.
For you. This is
Bad buy. Another bad buy. Not sure what I was thinking on that one. You can see this one's been priced several times. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stickers there. And then it was also at a GameStop. And now it's on an Amazon. Bad buy. If this had the manual, it'd be a lot better. If it had the actual artwork, it would be a lot better. I'd be looking at selling it at $35.99 with the manual and cover art, but obviously it doesn't, so we're gonna we're gonna lose about $4 on that, but not much I can do about that. Oh, that is literally me in the buy box right there. We will add a new copy. So you can see the buy box on here is actually $69.85. Definitely a good one to look out for. It looks like they have quite a few copies. It says they have 13 copies. I don't know why someone has that many copies. They must have bought out like a store or something. Let's just do $67.50 just because I want to make sure that I get the buy box. Profit of like what? It was like 20 or 30 bucks on that. This is a disc only. Spent $5 on it. So one thing I like to do whenever it's something like this is I just put this over the edge just because these pop open a lot easier. Just adds a little bit of security and like I feel like it makes it seem a little bit nicer too. Even at $5 it was still a decent buy. That was from that pawn shop that I stopped at. That I mean I got that $100 game on there, the Gundam Wings, so definitely worth stopping at, but I don't know, their prices didn't make any sense to me. You know, it paid off, totally paid off, but just kind of a weird situation. Disc is red, the case is black. I'll probably just disclose that. I don't know if that will hurt. Let's see what it's the actual buy box is on Amazon. Yeah, so I could get a little bit more. What I might do is bump that up. Probably list that at $33.99. That actually ended up being a pretty good buy. That's why I always check those buy boxes because my ratings are good. I don't have a ton of ratings. So far, I'm still at 100%. So as long as that continues, I have a little bit higher priority as far as getting in the buy box. Treat your customers well, give them a good experience. That's why I'm going to spend hours peeling off all of these labels. I bought a bunch of these Risk games and maybe I shouldn't have because okay, yeah, that's what there we go, that's a little bit better. So maybe if I list it at $25.99. Amazon has noticed that people seem to be happy. I have a very low return rate. It seems to help as far as getting in the buy box. Especially if I have a quantity of more than one, I check it a little bit more regularly and try and make sure I get in the buy box, so I reduce price, etc. Also, apparently I missed a Team Rocket from earlier, and it's also very good, so great addition. That is all the PlayStation 2 games. Those are the two big piles, PlayStation 2 and Xbox. So profit, I'm looking at $2,500, and my buy cost is about $1,500. Only about halfway through, and I have almost doubled my money from my total spend, not what I've spent in here thus far. So feeling pretty good. Obviously, like, there were a lot of other things I bought on the trip. So I bought a bunch of Funko Pops. I bought probably about 50 loose Game of Thrones Funko Pops. If you check my eBay, they're all on there. I've already sold a couple. So now we're gonna move to PS3. And I do think there's a couple of games in here that are gonna surprise you. I have Civil War, the History Channel game, and I think it actually holds some pretty decent value. And I think I only spent like $3 or $4, so. I paid $3 or $4, but still, kind of a surprising game. Sometimes you get these labels that are so old they just like obliterate when you pull them up. I think that's the one downside of all of this is you deal with some gross video games. I'm gonna have to definitely clean that. Really good buy at 10. I think they charged me 10 for this. Looks like this one might have been a little bit bad buy. We're gonna bump it up just a little bit. They honestly should have just charged me like $1 or $2 because some of them were also not in very good condition, but $8. So the buy box is 47. I'm probably gonna shoot for 49.99. Really good buy. It's a Bolo for you all. Dante's Inferno. Dark Kingdom. I paid $3. Let's see if this was a good buy. I will take that and complete. So I'm going to show you all this one real quick. I opened this up. This is J-Stars. I do think this is a little bit of a Bolo, but you see there's no manual in here. A lot of times if you see the writing on the inside, there's not actually a manual. And what I'll do for something like this, just to double check, I will look at eBay listings and or YouTube videos to see if people are selling this with a manual. So just a little bit of an idea for y'all. I'm not seeing anyone listing this with a manual. Well, that's new. I want used. So there is actually a manual. Unfortunately, we'll have to list this as good and not very good. So this might have been a bad buy. Something you deal with sometimes. $3 game. Sells for $25. Here's another Bolo for y'all. GameStop was originally charging $10 for this. Actually, hold on. Let's double check. I feel like it might be a little high because it looks like the new buy box is $55. This is not quite as good as I thought it was gonna be. Let's go for $49.99. Just because I do think this is probably a pretty uncommon game. So we have a whole bunch of Naruto, but I want to make sure that we get them all correctly input because we have full burst and we have non-full burst, but then we have greatest hits and we have black labels. So there will have to be 3 different listings. I just want to make sure that I don't mistake them. This was a really bad buy and I bought multiple copies. Don't recommend buying this. Nothing I can do about it. What I'm gonna do is maybe list the price a little bit higher. The other people sell out. It says they sell about 51 a quarter. And I think part of that is probably, I think this game has several listings on Amazon. I must have just clicked the wrong one. I'll give back about 7 and I spent 10, so. And maybe the full burst version is what we're looking for. That's what I must have looked at. I do need to look and see if it has a manual. I don't have a manual in either of these. Yeah, so no one's listing it as complete. I don't think this game has a manual. So I can list these as very good. Maybe this will help recoup. So let's look at what very good is selling for. 23 plus $5 in shipping. I'm probably gonna list this as like $35.99. People like free shipping. $10 on each of those. With this, I'm gonna almost recoup my money. Makes me feel a little bit better. I hate when I do these bad buys. I know overall it'll come out. So total we've spent about $1,700 and then profit's gonna be around $2,700. And then I'll also get that original $1,700 back. Total sales dollars, $4,400. I think we're at basically the halfway mark right now with all of the games. I don't think we should use this listing because it says cable included. Let's see if we can find it without the cable. I think I'm just gonna say it doesn't include the cable. Probably listed at like, I feel like $17.99 is fine, but let's see what the actual buy box for used is. And I think both of these are very good and paid $8. so I can get the buy box and sell these sooner rather than later. This looks sealed. It's got a Y-fold on it. This is pre-owned, but has been repackaged by the Family Dollar. Spent $5. Not a great buy. Probably would not do that again. Got all the PS3 games. We are going to move on to Xbox 360 now. I think we spent about $300 and then added about $400 in profit. Pretty good. When you start getting a lot more of the modern games, you're not going to be seeing like your 200% return. You're not going to see 300%, 400, unless you find like games that, like when pawn shops and things like that, where they're just kind of pricing everything the same. I spent considerably less amount of time looking at the Xbox One, PS4, PS3 games. 360 I spent a little bit more. They had a larger selection, and I feel like Xbox 360 doesn't have as much of a following. They end up being a lot more undervalued. So we're gonna do the 360 now. We're gonna start with the Amazing Spider-Man. So I got this first one for $1 at the pawn shop. You know, it was a game that I knew had some value, and so I asked them. She's like, $1. Okay, I will definitely take it. They wanted $1 for all their 360 games, so kind of caught off guard by that, but hey, I'll take it. So we got 2 with manuals and 1 that doesn't. So these kind of ended up being bad buys. One thing I'm gonna do that can maybe save me a few bucks down the road is I'm actually gonna take them out of the Xbox 360 cases and just put them in some generic cases. There's no benefit to being in the Game Exchange ones, so put those aside and use them for something else later. Probably would not buy these disc only again. Just gonna show this off real quick. It's got the slip cover, it's got the steel book, very good condition, and it's got like this art book. I'm not gonna show you the back. Apparently there's some codes on the back, and I don't know if they've been redeemed, but I want whoever gets this next to be able to redeem them if they have not. But overall, really good quality and condition. I think this sells for like 60 or something. Looks like new is 120, so maybe I'll do like 75. So almost 200% return on that. Whoever gets this should be pretty happy. Yeah, there's a little wear on the slip cover, but that's kind of expected. So I thought I had a more in-between size poly bag, but I do not. So it is gonna go into a clothing poly bag. This is the Civil War that I was thinking of earlier. I spent $4 on this one, and it looks like Very Good's going for around 60. I feel like they're probably, yeah, they're not gonna list it at that, so maybe I'll do like $45.99 or just 45. We'll just do 45 because right now they're not showing it in the buy box, so they think that is overpriced basically, or at least that's the way I've always interpreted it. So this was a little bit of a bad buy, but I do have to mention the first game exchange I went to. I don't know if this one came from there. It was buy 2 games for $9.99, get the third game for free under $9.99, or at $9.99, which this is at $9.99. Actually, let me check that again because it says the rank is 0 on that. Okay. So maybe this isn't a bad buy. I was wondering, this has a lot lower rank, which is good. Apparently, it just brought up the wrong listing, basically. This one, on the other hand, was a bad buy. That's okay. This is from that pawn shop. This is a little bit of a bolo that I talked about earlier, but Peter Jackson King Kong. I've run across this on, I think, every platform now. Let's see what it's selling for in good condition. So maybe I'll do $49.99. I paid $1 for this one as well. Yep, so this is exactly what I was talking about earlier about saving these cases. The plastic splitting on this one, what I will do is transfer it into a good case and throw the broken one away. $1 and in good condition, looks like $19.99. Not a crazy one, but for $1, getting games for $1, it's hard to go wrong. 10 on this one. Maybe it's the Wii version, but some of them come with a glove, and so if it doesn't have the glove, you want to mention that just so people aren't expecting that. So this might not have been a very good buy, but I paid $1. So what I'll do is kind of like what I did earlier. I will keep the artwork, but I'm just gonna put it in another generic case. We have 2 copies of Naughty Bear. I had never heard of this game. We got one from the pawn shop and then the other from Game Exchange. Let's just check the buy box because, yeah, there we go. Because it was showing like $15. I was like, that seems really low. So $34.75 and I spent 10. The other one I got is just disc only. It is pretty scratched up, but that's the benefit of having a disc resurfacer. All right, we got another Naruto. Hopefully this one treats me better than the last one. Spent $9.99. Okay, a lot better.
I'll tell you everything.
I don't know if I would say this is a bolo, but you probably would look over this game, and it does have some value. The rank is high, but I spent $4 on it, and it sells for $39. Not too worried about it. This is a really good example of like, sometimes you just have to check the listing. So I was about to list it as $14.99. The buy box is $14.89. Yeah, I'm gonna list this as $23.99. Here's another bolo for you all. It's a Nickelodeon one. All right, we're gonna see if we can get approved for this. I don't have approval to sell Nickelodeon stuff. That would be a really good sell on Amazon. Until I get approved, I might just sit aside. I gotta see what I can do to get approved for Nickelodeon. So that's it for the Xbox 360 games. I'm gonna go ahead and move to Xbox One. It's not a huge stack, and there are a couple of new games in there. The new games are things that actually came in the mail. Not technically from Dallas, but it's like, might as well process it. So these came in. These are from Best Buy. This is when they were doing the $10 games for 10 days or whatever. I would say, so I technically spent 10, and I actually sold some of these today because I'd already sent some in. But it comes with the Steelbook And the Steelbook has been selling for $8 to $12 for me. They have different artworks, so depending on which one. So I think I'm gonna actually say I spent $5 on these. Actually, I had my mom buy these so that I could acquire more, especially with the Steelbook. The Steelbook really helped the value. Without the Steelbook, I would not have bought these. This is another one of those $10 games from Best Buy. I am actually going to raise the price to like, I think $29.99 should do it. They have a lot of lower offers, and what that is people that bought them and then they're immediately trying to sell them, but they're trying to sell them quick. They're gonna sell through those quick, so I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit and it'll eventually hit this price. A little bit different situation. And I'm actually gonna raise the price on the Cyberpunk as well. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit under by selling the Steelbooks, but I can wait. Here's a Bolo for y'all. This came from like a dollar store or something, which is funny because I wish I would have seen these in dollar stores because I would have bought them. But we have Snoopy's Grand Adventure. Some of these can have some pretty good value. I think these will go up. If they don't, I may lose my money, so maybe it's not for the Xbox One, but I know one of these has some decent value. And now we have the WWE ones. Alright, so we're done with Xbox 360 and Xbox One. I grabbed all of the PlayStation games and we're gonna go through all of those. And don't worry, I have not touched any of the Nintendo games. So I still have Wii, GameCube, N64. I have no NES or Super Nintendo games. I think I have one Wii U game. We're gonna start going through the PlayStation games. We are going to start off with 007 Racing. So I bought these for $6.99 a piece. Let's see what buy box is, if there is anything in the buy box. There is a game in the buy box. So we are gonna list both of these. Should do pretty well. $22 profit on both of them. I felt like Game Exchange was pretty undervalued on a lot of the older games like the PlayStation or Xbox or PS2. I had a good time going through that, but 20 on this. We're gonna list it for 55. It's actually in really good condition. I may have replaced the case on this one. I think I did. Some of them, the cases were pretty banged up. I only found 3 on the entire trip, so they just aren't common. They actually just shut off the servers for Little Big Planet for the Vita yesterday, I believe. So don't think the buyer is gonna need that, but I do think this is gonna be in very good condition. And no one's including pictures of the manual, so it's not a full double up, but it's pretty close. So the rank is right here, and I try and keep that under 50. So we have our PS4 games now. The PS4 and the PS5 games are mixed in, so. So this is actually the game I was thinking of earlier. It's kind of a bolo for you all. Let's list it at 55. And actually, let's just click it and see what the buy box is. Okay, 45. Maybe if I just do 50 at very good. It's got the insert, so I would say it is considered very good. Most likely, it didn't have a manual. It says the sales rank is 24,000, but 0 are gonna sell this quarter. I don't know where those numbers come from. I'm sure it'll eventually sell. King Kong, like I said, like I've found this, I think, on every single platform. I think there may be like one platform it's not worth selling on. It seems like it's a pretty good seller on almost all of them. Just see what if any are listed on Amazon. No, there's not. So 52. Let's go with $39.99. I think it has a manual. I didn't check. Got the manual. I would say like 90% of the games I buy have the manual. Also, this is a bolo for y'all. Soul Calibur Broken Destiny. Looks like it's listed at $99.99 on Amazon. So maybe if we bump it down $2, we can get the buy box. Amazon is a wild animal. Twisted Metal. This is a game to definitely look out for. A lot of people like this game. I've never played it. I may have to because it seems to have a pretty good fan base. So maybe listed it for $24.99. Spent $20. And if you ever see the Xbox 360 Gold Edition, buy it. It's over $100. I think it's like $130. So another big one to look out for is that's it all for all the PlayStation games. I think Xbox is all done now as well. Now the only things left is the Nintendo games, and there's some pretty high dollar games in there. All right, so now we're gonna move on to what everyone's been waiting on, and that is PC games. I'm just kidding. I only have like 4, and then we'll move into Nintendo. I do have a Bolo in here. I don't buy a lot of PC games because there's just not as much of a market with Steam nowadays or all the other PC game stores. So we'll go through these real quick, but some of these seemed pretty good. So I spent 4 on all of these, except for the last one. They seem to be all in there. The game's in there, the manual's in there, the original box and everything. I spent $4. Okay, so maybe I'll just do like $35.99 and we'll see. I saw them at a Goodwill. Except for the Spider-Man, which is the last one. I figure why not? So I'll show you guys kind of how the Amazon seller app works. Works really well, honestly. You hit the camera and then it's got this like scan feature. So scans it, pulls it up. The one thing I don't like, I haven't figured out how to actually take me to the listing in Amazon. Because like it doesn't show an ASIN on here. ASIN is like Amazon specific UPC or like barcode. But one other trick I do sometimes is if I cannot find it, I will go to eBay and see if there's and there it is. It's the one that I found. So this may end up being Amazon or an eBay sale, or it might just get redonated. That might be the better option. It's kind of frustrating because it looks like it was selling for about $16. So, I mean, I probably would have made like $4 on it. So not that big of a loss, but it is still annoying. We will try something else. Yeah, Wolverine, $4 on this, easy money. It's not gonna sell fast. I think it said I'd make like $10 or something. And then here is the one that is a Bolo. I found this at a Half Price Books, and I just scanned it out of curiosity because I know Spider-Man games can do really well. Spent $10 and in very good condition. Let's see, I think if I click camel, it'll give you an idea of like sales for used. This game literally sold for $105. Okay, a while ago. So maybe I'll list it at like 99. Let's see what, no one else is even selling it. It is the manual. I'm probably, yeah, I'm gonna list this at $89.99. Spent $9, and it should hopefully sell. It may take a while, but I think my price is good. It looks like new condition is like $100 to $200, so it's been 2 years since it sold in new condition, so it doesn't look like this sells very often. Spent $10. If it sells, it was 100% worth it. If it doesn't, it was $10. Now we're gonna go to the Wii games. I will warn you all, there are some games in here that are cheap games that are barely worth selling. I bought 2 Wiis that came with like 15 games, and I'm just selling the games that were worth selling, and then some of them they're gonna be bundled together and sold on eBay or whatever. So we'll warn you, some of these are not really gonna be worth selling. This is not one of them, but I think I actually bought this more for a bundle in the future of Band Hero, but we'll see what it sells for. This game only. It was worth buying. Also, for the games that came with the Wii collection, I don't have to put a value in here, but I'm just gonna list it as $1 because that's probably what I would have paid for it. There's 2 manuals in here. Are they the same? If so, I'm definitely keeping one. We'll keep one in case I ever come across a disc-only version, I guess. Not gonna be quite a double up, but this is a game that will probably sell pretty fast. I think is also some of the other Wii things, especially like the Mario ones you'll see later on. I did buy some at a higher dollar amount because I know they'll sell fast, and they typically go for a lot higher dollar amount. got this for $32.99. I am keeping this. I got this for $36.99. I'm keeping that. They're from the trip, so just to give you an idea of a couple of games that I am keeping for myself. Selling. I got Pokken Tournament. I played it and I did not like it, so I paid $30 for it. I ordered a cover art for it. It's not gonna add a lot of value, but I figure it'll help with selling. Zoids, got it to play myself, did not like it. And then I ordered these and they are to be resold as well. Just to give you an idea of like the Switch games, just because it is not as straightforward as a lot of the other sets. What's a great thing about this is I can buy games, play them, and if I don't like them, I can immediately sell them. And next we have some Nintendo 64, and I'm hoping this won't tear the artwork. I don't think. Okay, yeah, it didn't. I don't know why they would put it on the actual labels. Nothing I can do about it. We're getting towards the end, but you can see like there's just the market for Nintendo 64. Like everyone wants them, everyone's looking for them. But overall, I'm still gonna list this as good. This one's good. This one I'm probably gonna list as acceptable. I think they had multiple copies of both of these games, and I basically grabbed the best version of them. I don't know why I grabbed Warzone with the label on it like that, but yeah, so this is how I put it in a clear poly bag. And look, you can put the label right on it and it won't damage it. A little bit above Bolo, I guess. Monster High. I've heard that the dolls can do pretty good. As you can see, not a lot of DS games. I looked and they were either cartridge only or just overpriced. All right, we got our one Wii U game. It is Watch Dogs. What did I say? I spent $14.99. Yeah, it's not even a good buy at that. I'll make around 50%. So now we have the GameCube games. And I think I have some pretty awesome games in here. We got Big Mother Truckers. I think I had several of these for Xbox. Someone is completely dreaming. $199. No way is anyone ever gonna pay that. $38? Yes, someone might pay that. So we're gonna just go $39.99. You can buy it new for $119. I get the poly bag for this one. This one's a big one. Okay, a lot of people know about this. I got Def Jam Fight for New York. When I scan this, you'll understand. It has the precautions booklets. I don't know why it has 3 in here. I'm gonna leave them in there because it came like that. It does not have the actual manual, so I will have to list this as good condition. I did spend $100 on this. We're gonna look and see what the good condition is. I don't know if there may not be any good. I am gonna list this at $265. And then my buy cost should be pretty exact. Actually, it may be a little bit less. It may be closer to 95. It's at a 15% coupon, and then taxes is like 8 to 10%. So it may actually be closer to 95. So $265 for Def Jam Fight for New York. So I will probably resurface this just because it's not in perfect condition. And given the value of this game, I do not want to take a chance of someone purchasing it and saying there is something wrong with it. This is like one of the highest dollar games. That's like just like a general game. We got The Hobbit. Should have the manual. Yep. So we're gonna do $34.99. $10 profit. Nothing crazy. That kind of stinks actually. Spent 14, sells for 35, and I only get 10 profit. Mortal Kombat, about a double up. I'm pretty sure the manual's in there. Yep, it is. I think I overpaid. I have Super Mario Sunshine. Spent $45. Says no manual on here. I knew it didn't have it. Yeah, I definitely. I thought I had the manual, but it was Super Mario Party 5 that I had the manual for. I got it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it was still kind of a bad buy. So, Melissa says good condition. Losing $7. Also not a great buy. It seems like my GameCube purchases may not have been the best. I think it's just a love for the console. It's the only console I didn't own as a kid that I like really wanted, I guess. That sounds really like, I didn't want a whole lot of consoles. So this came with a GameCube I bought, so I'm not counting the cost on this. Yeah, the GameCube, one of my buddies had it growing up, and I finally have one. And not just one, I actually have 7 in the house right now. I have like 4 indigos, a black, and 2 silvers, I think. I have too many, but they're all being sent off to Amazon, so it'll be fine. So yeah, that is it. All in all, very good purchase, very much worth the trip. I spent $3,700 on video games. That's not 100% accurate because roughly 9 games I got for free from a Game Exchange. I got another one free at a thrift store. It was like, I guess it was a bookstore is where I got it. I mean, that's probably only gonna take off like $60. It's around 3,600. All in all, my total profit, once everything sells, it will take a while, will be $5,538, which is crazy. It's almost a 200% profit. That's one of the beauties of Amazon is this is all gonna ship extremely cheap. I would maybe $60, $70. I want you guys to like let me know in the comments what were your thoughts on the video. Did you have any comments? Were you kind of surprised by any of these bolos? Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully this video wasn't kind of boring and too grindy. Maybe I'll just process all of them and then show you all the bolos or the ones you need to be looking out for. Total time in just game exchanges was probably 9 hours, and then thrift stores is probably another like 2 or 3 hours. So we're looking at 12 hours in store. Probably took me like 6 hours to process all of this. I'll have to resurface a couple of the discs. I don't know, I'd say probably total 30-40 hours. So basically a normal work week for someone. Also, while I was at the game stores, I bought a lot of other stuff. So I bought a lot of accessories, I bought consoles. It was a very good trip. I will definitely do it again. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. It helps a lot. If you dislike the video, hit the down button twice. It really lets me know how you guys feel about it. Make sure to subscribe, follow me on social media. I am so excited that I am now pushing this a lot further. Not only am I just doing Amazon and eBay, but I'm also gonna be doing it on YouTube, showing you guys kind of my process, what I do, what I look out for. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another one. All right, bye.